Today, Arizona had their first win since 2019. There was a lot of excitement and plenty to talk about. Here's what Jedd Fisch and players had to say.
All right, well, we've been saying for a while, let's do this thing after a win. That was quite the one. That was as interesting of a game as you could ever imagine. But, you know, hats off to our team. Hats off to them. I mean, they came here, you know, they were dealing with all sorts of COVID stuff. You know, they had to make some changes, do some different things with their personnel. They came in here, battled the game, and then our guys, we had one injury after another up front. We're moving Josh McCauley to left tackle. Stefanski goes in at guard. Stefanski goes down. Then we got Leif Magnuson goes in. JT Hand goes in. Then Donovan goes down. I mean, it was just a straight rotation of our up front guys. Will Plummer. Will Plummer was in and out of the locker room, training room 2 or 3 different times in this game. Kept coming back, kept battling. There were times I didn't think he was going to be able to play the rest of the game. And he was just so resilient and so tough. And he did not back down. I mean, he's going to be sore and tired tomorrow, though. I know that. We have to evaluate how we're going to practice this week. But, hats off to those guys. And then our defense. Our defense, cannot say enough about them. Don Brown, what he does with his defensive staff. Ricky Hunley, Chuck Cecil, Keith Dudzinski, Dwayne Walker, all the young guns that help them. I mean, those guys just work and work and work, and they deserve this one. And we gave the whole defense a game ball, gave Will Plummer a game ball, going to give Michael Wiley and Stanley Berryhill a game ball, and gave Tyler Loop a game ball. Field goal, thought that's what we need, then the extra point. So those were our game balls, and really just probably I'll get caught up and give it to all of them for the first win, but we'll see. Well, I would say this. We have a tremendous coaching staff, and they didn't blink. Brendan Carroll did not blink. He said, okay, Jedd, hey, Jordan Morgan's down. All right, we got him. Donovan Lay was down. So then he was our backup left tackle. He's like, we got to move McCauley to left tackle. And he prepared him on Friday. We had a walkthrough, and he said, hey, let's just be ready here in case of an emergency. Josh, let's take 10 reps at left tackle. So we were able to do that. And then obviously some of the other, Stefanski got some reps because of practice. You just can't practice the same 5 every snap, and we're just down numbers right now, as we all know. But Magnuson coming off of a 3-week injury, I don't think he was expecting to go in the game. Woody Jean was going to be the next guy in the game, and we just had to be ready for it. But hats off to our staff, just making sure we were always ready in case something happened. With the quarterback, we repped Jamari some at quarterback. I just didn't know how healthy he was. Didn't really want to put him back there too much. Ashworth, we repped him some at quarterback. And then Wiley, we figured that would be, once Jamari's injury, we figured we had to come up with something to, outgap them a little bit.
Jason. Might be a silly question, but it's been a while. So what is that locker room, especially with the seniors?
Oh, the locker room. I can't even. It's hard to describe because, first of all, there's so much love in that locker room. Those guys they're so excited, and they were just so much. They were surrounding each other. They were dancing. They were cheering. They were so happy for each other. You felt so much love between them. And it was obviously, this has been hard. It's a monkey on the back. You can't avoid it, even if you want to. As much as we talk about one game, each game is a championship opportunity. For them just to be done with that, they sung Bear Down about as loud as possible. We sung our cheer about it's great to be a Zona Wildcat about as loud as possible. We were dancing, and they deserve every bit of it. They deserve every bit of it, and I'll tell you, that's not going to change the way we practice, though, tomorrow. It's not going to change the way we prepare on Monday, and these guys know that, hey, that's behind us now. Let's go out and see how many more we can get.
Justin, in your football coaching career, was that probably the most difficult win?
That was quite the win. I was on the other side of that when we lost the Super Bowl. We were down 10-3. Lost 13-3 at the last second. And it's one of those weird games that you're just like, we drove right down the field opening drive. We're on the 7-yard line, 3rd and goal on the 7. Ball gets tipped up in the air, caught, interception. Then we drive back. Then we lose Will in an injury. Then go Jamari, ball tipped up again, interception. So those are just weird plays. But then it just became like, hey, guys, every possession matters. And with what we were dealing with, their defense was pretty healthy. Our offense wasn't. Their offense wasn't really healthy. Our defense was. So it was kind of one of those games that it's kind of lived in that world of 3s and 10s. And great job by Wiley on that 3rd and 5. Not making it a field goal game. But we just said, hey, we're going to hand you the ball, go right up that A-gap man, and don't stop. And he didn't. And it was pretty cool.
If you want to be a great defense, I think you can't get into what the offense is doing. You got to play hard every play no matter what. And when we see they have a few injuries and they're struggling, we got to be able to step up and make plays.
What was most challenging about the losing streak for you guys?
I would say just knowing we have to keep fighting and we're close. And a lot of the games, it was critical mistakes we'd made that if we would have fixed those, we could have won the game. So we just knew every week that we have to keep fighting and we'll be able to pull out a win.
We also have Christian Young here. Go ahead, Jason.
Most questions you guys get asked are about the losing streak. This is probably one of the last times you guys will be asked about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Just thoughts on it, being able to move past that.
It's good to get a win. We've been trying, coming here, busting our butt every week, every day. So, just getting that win, it feels good. Getting that, feel like we taking weight off our shoulders, but we just got to keep on winning on to the next week.
Christian, we didn't know who was going to be available for Cal.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out their quarterback wasn't available, a few offensive linemen. How did you guys approach that whole situation?
Coach Browman preaching the whole week about, we really don't care who they bring out there. We still got to play defense. But, they needed their quarterback bad. But, we went out there and handled ourselves how we should.
Jalen, describe that last play. It looked like you were just chasing the quarterback and grasping for him like your life depended on it.
I just wanted to make the play. I knew before I got out there, I was like, I'm going to get the quarterback. They're throwing the ball, and I love to get the quarterback, so I was just ready to go, and I was excited to be able to get a hit on him.
Yeah, it was a lot. I've never had to leave a game like that or come back and going back and forth, but got the win, so that's all that matters.
How many times did you go back in the locker room?
I think 3 or 4.
All just the same injury, or what happened?
I got a little banged up in the second quarter, and then I think again in the third, so we just went and got a little wrap on my hand, and that was pretty much it.
Stanley, can you just speak to what it felt for you to watch what Will went through today, the persevere and play, to see Jamari out there after what happened to him last week, to see him play?
And it was just an emotional roller coaster, but I've said it a million times and I'll say it again. He's the toughest quarterback that I've played with, so I knew he wouldn't be down for long if he was down. And just having Jamari in there, just giving him the confidence to make the throws if he had to make the throws or just command the offense, but it was good.
And for Michael to have that moment at the end of the game and score that touchdown, what was that like for you guys?
It was crazy. I came out of the under center, handed the ball off to him, and I just saw it open, and I'm like, he's gonna score. He got in, and that was a special feeling. And to see him, I love Michael. He's one of my good buddies, and seeing him run in the end zone like that was something special. He'll definitely remember that for the rest of his life.
Will, how did you deal with the offensive line situation? Guys were shuttling in and out. We had to move Josh McCulley to left tackle. How did you keep everybody calm?
Yeah, at first I didn't even notice it. I'd taken one snap, and I'm like, why was that a little different? Took another one, and I'm like, oh, that's Josh Baker playing center. I look over, and I'm like, Josh, why are you playing left tackle? And he said, he's like, Jordan Morgan's hurt. And I was like, oh, damn, I did not know that. And then we kind of talked through it and trying to give some extra communication from the outside in because he's really good with that. And then I think we had JD get some cramping a little bit, and then it was fine though. We had, the young guys came in and they stepped up. They played confident, and that's all we can ask for.
Can you guys reveal what tonight's going to be like?
Just going to have to wait and see.
Did any of you participate in the Powerade shower on Jedd? And also, kind of, what was the locker room like afterwards?
Yeah, I participated in it. Me and Pandy poured it on Coach Fisch, and I think somebody else might have got him with water or something. It was cool. We planned it out. We've been planning it for a while, and I'm just glad he got his first one as a head coach, and he deserves it just as much as we do. And the locker room was just insane. Water bottles flying everywhere. We have one broken light, but what do you expect? It's been, 19 games?
20 games, yeah.
20 games, exactly. I don't
It's over now.
It's over now, so it was just, of course, there's going to be a crazy locker room, and it was fun. It was insane.